Hi, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will telling about hello horror fans and welcome to another episode of the Horror on Board, where we explore the most terrifying tales of the sea. Today, we're going to dive into the dark and mysterious story of the Demeter, the doomed ship that carried Dracula from Transylvania to London in Bram Stoker's classic novel. The Demeter was a merchant vessel that sailed from Varna, Bulgaria, in July 1897 with a cargo of 50 wooden boxes filled with earth. The ship's captain, a man named Nicholas, had agreed to transport the boxes for a wealthy and mysterious client named Count Dracula, who claimed to be moving to England. Nicholas was promised a handsome reward for his service as long as he delivered the cargo within a month. But what Nicholas and his crew didn't know was that the boxes contained more than just dirt. They also contained the sleeping body of Dracula himself, the ancient and powerful vampire who had left his homeland in search of fresh blood and new victims. Dracula had chosen the Demeter as his means of transportation, knowing that he could feed on the unsuspecting sailors during the night and hide in his coffin during the day. The voyage of the Demeter soon turned into a nightmare, as one by one, the crew members started to disappear or die under mysterious circumstances. The ship's log, which was later found by the authorities in London, recorded the horror and madness that gripped the ship as it sailed across the Black Sea and the Mediterranean. The first sign of trouble was on July 17th, when the ship encountered a fierce storm that damaged its sails and rigging. The next day, one of the crew members reported seeing a tall, thin man in a dark cloak lurking around the cargo hold. He was never seen again. On July 24th, another sailor went missing, and his body was later found floating in the water with 2 puncture wounds on his neck. The captain suspected that he had fallen overboard and been attacked by a shark or some other sea creature. On July 29th, a third sailor vanished without a trace, and the captain ordered a search of the ship. He found nothing but an empty coffin in one of the boxes. He assumed that it was part of Dracula's belongings and ordered it to be nailed shut. On August 3rd, 2 more sailors were found dead in their bunks with similar bite marks on their throats. The captain realized that there was a murderer on board, and he armed himself and his remaining men with guns and knives. He also noticed that some of the boxes had been moved around, and he wondered if there was something alive inside them. On August 6, another storm hit the ship, and a huge wave swept away 4 of the crew members. The captain was left with only 3 men: Petrovsky, the first mate, Olgarin, the cook, and Clemens, a young doctor who had joined the ship as a passenger. Clemens had been studying Dracula's boxes and had discovered that they contained earth from his native land. He also found a book about vampires and realized that Dracula was one of them. Clemens tried to warn the captain and his men about Dracula's true nature, but they didn't believe him. They thought he was crazy or lying. They also found out that there was another stowaway on board, a young girl named Zara, who had escaped from Dracula's castle in Transylvania. Zara confirmed Clemens' story and told him that Dracula had killed her family and kidnapped her. She had managed to sneak into one of his boxes and hide from him. Zara also told them that Dracula could not stand sunlight or holy symbols, and that he could be killed by a stake through his heart or by cutting off his head. She urged them to destroy him before he reached England and spread his evil there. But it was too late. Dracula had already awakened from his slumber and was hunting down his prey. He attacked Olgarin in the galley and drained him of his blood. He then went after Petrovsky in his cabin and broke his neck. He finally confronted Nicholas on the deck and threw him overboard. The ship was later found by the Coast Guard, who boarded it and discovered the horror that had taken place. They found the bodies of the crew members, the empty boxes, and the ship's log. They also found a large dog which had apparently jumped from the ship and swam to shore. They didn't know that it was Dracula in his animal form who had escaped from his coffin and made his way to London. What do you think of the story of the Demeter? Are you excited for the last voyage of the Demeter movie? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more horror content. Thanks for watching the Horror on Board, and until next time, stay safe and stay scared. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and give feedback.